Hello fellow survivors and welcome to another challenge video. Today we're going to do the challenge Whiteout that quite a few people have requested and some people seem to struggle with in terms of finding loot. Now Whiteout is one of two challenges that are timed, the other one being Hopeless Rescue. However, it's not particularly stressful because you have 30 days to do it and you just got to collect a whole bunch of items that are meant to be put into the garage, and this is actually pretty easy. You can actually find everything you need in Coastal Highway itself. In fact, when I first tried this challenge years ago, I simply assumed that you couldn't leave Coastal Highway. I thought it was a locked region, but you can go wherever you want. And some people go to places like the summit and that sort of thing, and they collect everything that way. And sure, you can do that. You should play this difficulty however you want, but you don't really need to. You can find everything you need in Coastal Highway, and it's not that hard. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do it relatively straightforward. You can do it in one day without sleeping if you want to, like a speed run, but you don't have to. You can do it much slower as well. As with all challenges, you just got to remember that your health and condition and equipment at the end of the challenge doesn't really matter. What matters is that you complete it. Everything you have at the end of it will be lost anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you go hungry or not. With that in mind, before we jump in, I thought I'd walk through what you could do using one of my trusted paint maps. So here we have a map of Coastal Highway, and I thought I'd just show you the general thinking here of where to find stuff. So the thing about this region and this challenge is that, of course, to a certain degree, things are a little bit random. So there are a few things that you can't really control where spawn, but they tend to be certain places. So, of course, we spawn here in Coastal Townsite, and the first thing you really want to do when you get there is to just loot the area around the garage. And if you do that, you'll actually most likely find a huge chunk of a lot of the stuff you need, especially food. And then after that, you just choose a route. Now, you don't need to go out of Coastal Highway at all. I usually do something like I might go and check this house and then this house. And then depending on how heavy I am, I might go back. And then I go back out later again, and I go into the mines, the lookout into the mines, and then check out all this stuff, and then back again. And then by then, very often you have everything you need. Sometimes there's specific cases, like there might be a rifle in the car that's down here, for example. There can also be a rifle in the fishing hut that's like here. That sort of stuff. Very often there is a jerry can inside the trailer that's here. And often if you struggle to find rifle rounds, you pretty much always find rifle rounds in here. So there's all sorts of like miscellaneous places. There is, however, another option, which we're probably not going to do in this video, but if you want, you could leave and go to Desolation Point. If you go there, you will find everything you're missing. There's especially a lot of wood there. There is more gear. So if you want to, you can go to Desolation Point. And in fact, if you watch speed runs of this challenge, you'll notice that many of them actually go to Desolation Point and come back. Another thing that if you want to try and speed run this and do it as fast as you can also cook water in the garage whenever you can. Whenever you're in there, put water to boil and then leave. And that's one way to speed that up. We're not going to do a speed run today, though. We're instead going to just loot it more casually, and I'll show you how this is done pretty straightforwardly. We might sleep, we might not, but anyway, I'll show you that this challenge is pretty easy. You just got to go from place to place and then loot it and then bring it back. Pretty much don't eat anything or drink anything unless you need to, because you're just going to put it towards the quest, so to speak, and it's pretty straightforward. So why don't we hop in and do the Whiteout challenge. There we go. Doesn't matter Although as of this particular patch I'm playing now, patch 2.0, I've heard that Will grunts a lot, so we'll do Astrid instead. Loot coast. So let's go. So the first thing you want to do when you get in here is to just check what you got on you. So right now it's noon, it's light out, and you'll notice there isn't really anything to loot in here, which of course this is where you're going to put everything. You can take this can though.
Come in handy.
Now in this particular challenge, you are pretty much going to be confined to this region. So that means there's a few things you don't actually need, most likely. If you look in the inventory, you probably don't need this bedroll because you have so many houses you can sleep in. So I would just get rid of it right now. This you probably don't need either, but we can take it with for now. And then that's it pretty much. We got some gear, but we don't really care about our gear, to be honest. We don't really care about any of this except for maybe the flare, which you might use for lighting. And then what you want to do, you just grab this flare in case there's wolves around, and then you head out. But before that, let's check the list. So the first things first, we have food, and food is not difficult because there's so much of it. It does, however, count it by days and not by amount. I can't remember exactly how that is counted. I think it's something like 2,700 calories is 1 day or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And then you have wood, reclaimed wood. All of this you can find easily nearby. Sticks is fine, tinder is fine, bandages is cloth. So all these are very easy. Matches, you'll find a bunch of matches quickly. So all of these are very easy to do. The rifle is a little bit trickier, and you need cartridges too. Hatchet, there's usually a few of those, but you have to look. Often they're on corpses, so look out for corpses. Lantern, there's usually a few of those, but you just need one. And then you need lamp oil. This one's a bit trickier because, well, we also need water, but you boil water, that's easy. The lamp oil is often tricky. If you find a jerry can, it's usually sorted, but that might not be full enough. So one thing to remember about the lamp oil is that the oil in the lantern counts towards this progress. So if you find a jerry can that's 4 liters and then a full lantern, then you have the whole thing. Most likely to complete these two, you need to find a lantern, a jerry can, and some miscellaneous lamp oil fuel, which you probably will. Worst case scenario, if you really can't find this, you can go fishing, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. All right, so with that in mind, let's start looting. And we're just going to loot the nearby area, really. And you can loot everything. If you want, you can loot these cars, but it's not really necessary because these often don't have much, as you can see. So for the most part, you want to focus on the nearby houses, some of which may be burned, maybe not. You can check here if you like. Sometimes there'll be things inside, mostly tinder. And let's just start going from house to house and grab where we need. If you find clothing item, there's no point spending time repairing clothing, but if you find something that's warmer than what you have, sure, you can pick that up. Here's some Summit soda that counts towards food. Newspapers that count towards tinder, either by itself or you can harvest it. And then you just begin looting. You want these cooking pots because you can cook more water with them. So pick those up. We're going to have at least 2. We don't need this. Here's some bonus water. Remember to also pick up the water from the toilets, and then you can get more water from that. And then we just start looting all these houses. And you don't want to eat any of this. You're just going to grab it and put it back. And we're just going to loot. The way the loot in these houses work is they're predetermined. Oh, coffee. The coffee does not count, but the cooked coffee does count. So if you make coffee with the coffee cans, then that counts. But you can use the coffee to as a flare to stay alive and sprint more. I think that was it there, right? Yeah. If you once you enter a house, if you're wondering, the loot has already been determined, and you already the game has already decided what's going to be in it. If you go in and loot everything and then exit the game and then go back in, you'll find the same loot. Sometimes 1 or 2 drawers or something will have random whether the loot's in there or not, and the rest will always be there. Okay, and then we take this. And then if you want, you can grab the curtains just to get the bandages done right away. You don't really need to, but you could. You're going to find bandages just playing the game though, so it's going to be pretty easy. I'm just going to grab some because we're not in a hurry. And then I'm just going to equip wherever I found, put on wherever it's warmest, and then I'm going to leave the rest, like we don't need it for anything. And just dump the rest, it's just weight that we don't need. And then we go to the next house. That one's burned down, that's a shame. And then we got one over there and one over there, and we got the coastal ones too. I'm going to check the one up here first. This one's probably is up because the other ones are down, and we'll grab some sticks while we're at it, which we might use to make water. We might use it towards the progress. You need 50 sticks as well, so you want to pick up every stick you find pretty much. So there's this cabin here, and I am just checking here. Nothing in these. Still need some matches though. I mean, we have some matches that we just started with. And here's a little bit dark, so I'm going to use one of these flares just to make sure I can see everything. And we got another flare here. Newspaper roll, lantern fuel. Water, I doubt we need that, but we'll just keep looking. Yep. And then we'll check the kitchen. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Not much so far. We're just going to loot everything. We are going to find quite a bit of food. And we should be able to find everything here in Coastal Highway. There's also carcasses around that you could harvest if you want for extra food. I believe you can actually put the food in raw. You don't have to cook the food. Alright, so we got quite a bit of food here in this kitchen, which is great. Alright, let's check upstairs. Feel free to post in the comments if I missed any loot. We got a book. The books do not count towards fuel. We can, however, still pick it up because we can use it to create a fire. We got some rifle rounds. That's lucky, so we got 5 of those. Level T, that counts. Book is just fire. And the good thing about the books then is you can use that to make a fire and burn it without using things that's needed for your quest.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
I'll also go through that after. Oh, okay, so as you can see, we're already getting a lot of stuff. Okay, more water. Check here for bandages. More food. And then I grab the toilet water. I don't think there was anything else. Yeah, there were shoes. Are they better? They are. So let's get rid of these. And then this is probably better. Yep, so get rid of that. And then is this better? Nope. There you go. There's no point keeping those or taking them with. They just take up weight. As you can see, we want to make sure we can carry stuff. We're going to do the rounds and loot all these houses. And then when we're done, we dump it all in the base. Let's head back. But let's check out these coastal houses down here. Should be at least one up, maybe 2. There's the deer carcass on the ice, which you can harvest if you want, especially if you find a knife, I suppose. But we don't really need anything from there. It's, if you have a knife, it's a bit fast, but other than that, nah. Let's check it. You can find rifle rounds in the mailbox. That happens. You can also find chocolate bars in there. And remember to pick up 1 or 2 rocks in case you run into a wolf and you can scare them off. Looks like we got a house over there, so we got 4 more houses to check. And by the time we check those, we should have a lot of stuff. Here's chocolate, like I said. Okay. Or canned nuts or whatever. Alright, looting continues. Remember, you don't really need to eat any of this. I would, generally speaking, recommend not eating anything. You don't need the can opener, but I'll take it. Until you have all the food you need. Once you have everything food-wise, then you can start eating stuff. We're just going to keep looting. And you don't need to place it in the garage in any kind of neat order either, because it doesn't matter. It just counts once you drop it in the garage. Alright. You don't need it, but I guess I can take it. Sort of the inventory later. Gloves. Wood. Flare. Shoes that are possibly better. No matches yet, which is a bit weird. Yeah, no. Oh, wow.
Well, this stuff will come in
Long
handy.
johns. Very bad condition, but still. Getting some stuff here. No, maybe. And that, and what's, is that it? No, just blood. Alright, let's just check this. I think these are worse. Yep, these are definitely better. Yep, I'll get rid of that then. These are probably better. No, they're not, because they are too bad condition. And it's slightly better. And then here we go. And yep. On to the next house. Grab sticks. Have a flare out in case a wolf just suddenly shows up. Remember that you spawn with these tablet thingies, like these ones, so you can get 4 liters of water faster that way. You can just cook water, 4 liters of it, but not boiled, and then you can use these tablets to finish the rest. Let's see, it's not super dark, but I will still use this just to make sure I don't miss anything. You can see a lot better with the light. Let's check everywhere. Alright. Doing quite well. More coffee, which you can consider making if you want, but it's not strictly necessary. For a speed run it is. If you want to do this as a speed run, then you might want to make some coffees. Just so you can sprint more. But even then, for this particular challenge, it's only marginally useful. Okay. This is going decent so far. We don't really need any more clothing, I suppose.
Not sure I can carry much more.
That's fine. Let's check in here. Good looting, yeah. Now reaching the point where I'm not going to be looting for clothes that much more. We don't need the tools because we're approaching a point where we don't really need much more clothing. We're already going to stay quite warm. If you want, you can repair it, but it's not really necessary. Actually, now I do need this one. We'll keep looting until we have a little bit more.
This will come in handy.
We don't need the painkillers, but I'm just grabbing them. Shoes. Is that a bandage? No, it's painkillers. Water. We still got 2 houses left. Okay, I think that was it for that. Okay, so let's see. The shoes. Drop that. Put that on. This is definitely better. Barely though, but still better. Wool socks. And there we are. And then we'll head to the next house. We're now getting a bit heavy, but we're not too heavy. Could just... Oh, damn. Okay. That was unexpected. That's okay. we just do this. There he is. We're just going to go around. Yeah. No point challenging that. We don't have a weapon to fight against it, so we're just going to go and go around here. And what we're going to do is we're going to dump the stuff we have and then come back for this, the rest of the houses. There's no point trying to engage that bit. So now we are back here. And what we can do here is just dump everything that is related to the achievement. So we can drop this, right? If you want, just keep track of easy. You can put it in separate piles just so it's easier to keep track of things. And then we got 9 of these. I don't know if it actually tracks as 9, though, does it? It does, yeah. But you can also just harvest those later. And then we have a lot of food, so we can just drop all of this. And this should count for quite a bit of stuff. 3.5 days, so to speak. We also found some oil, and we found this. And I guess that's it. Yeah. Let's also drop a couple other things here. In fact, I think we will make... Do we have a tin that we can use? No. We can make some water. Let's actually grab one of these and the fur. And then we'll do this. And use accelerant. Not sure if I want to use the fur actually. I think I'm going to save that because the fur is harder to get in sticks. So what we're going to do instead is drop this down. And we'll grab the sticks. Basically we want to put enough sticks on there for it to cook for 2 hours. So we're going to grab these 2. I can carry one of these with me for just in case, I guess. We put 2 liters on here and then 2 liters. And we can do it for 2 hours or we can do it for 1 hour. It doesn't make a difference. I think because we don't have that many, we'll do 1 hour. Then we'll come back and then we can use these to finish that. And then we get 4 liters of water. We also have found 8 liters of this. So I'm just going to drop 8 of this. And I think we'll also just drop the coffee. I don't know if we'll use this. Maybe we'll, but if so, we'll just do 1. Yeah, that was strange. And we can also grab a torch just to have one. And let's make sure this has enough. There we are. And then we'll drop the rest of the sticks here. There we go. And out there in the open we can just drop whatever we have on us that's not quest related, but we can still take it. Like this, for example, for sprains. We don't need this. We don't need this. Or these 2. And these we can use to make bandages. So we can just do that now. And we can get this done right away, actually, while the water's cooking. And now we're already up to 6. I think it was 10 we needed. Let's see how the water's going. Okay, so we can make 1 more. I think actually we'll make another set of this water. Yeah, so let's grab some more sticks. Sticks is the easiest to find. There's also a bunch of reclaimed wood. 1 minute, and then we'll do that, and then that, and then we'll do another 2 liters and another 2 liters. And we'll put on this as 1 hour, I think. We might need to put on 1 more hour because of... let's grab the seeder for that. Because of... I'm going to be using... Yeah, there we are. Everything. I'm going to be using these now. So now I'll be using these to purify the water I have. Might as well, since we spawn with them. We're already making a lot of progress. And then we'll make 1 more of these bandages. And there we go. So, I'm going to take a little bit of water, half a liter is fine. Drop that. And then also just drop the bandages here. 10 bandages. Boom. There we are. And now, if you look at the progress, we have completed the bandages. We're halfway with the water already. And we're quite well on our way. This is not bad. So, we can leave this to boil. So when we come back, this is another 4 liters. Let's head out, and hopefully the bear is not around. Let's have a look here. Where is he? I don't think he is around right now. If you were to get mauled by the bear, though, just make a decision. If it's very early in the game, you might want to just restart. I mean, is it worth it? If it's later in the game, though, as you can see, I already found a bunch of bandages and all sorts of things. So you could always just heal up and then continue. This is a fairly easy challenge. It's just about finding everything that you need and taking the time to do so. We might sleep in this particular walkthrough since this is not a speedrun, but you can easily do this without sleeping. And it will take you between 1 and 2 days. Okay, let's see. Don't need that. Chocolate. Okay, we have our first matches. That's great. There's our lantern. Fantastic. We have that. Did I open everything? Yep. Let's check a little bit more here. I'm still missing some jackets and things. I'm still looking for that. Other than that, we're pretty much solid with clothing now. That's good too. Okay. Alright. Good. And toilet water. Good old toilet water. Alright. And then we can head out of here. Hopefully no bear. Doesn't look like there's a bear. Let's grab these sticks. If you have to cook like I did with water, which you do have to do, most likely, use the sticks, ideally. Just because they are so abundant. Or if you have coal, you can use coal. I think also the fire logs do not count towards the progress. So you can also use those. Alright. Let's check in here. I think I will use, not the torch, this, I have so many of them. And in these types of houses, on this kind of difficulty, there's usually always a flare under here, under this couch. Pretty much always. Alright, let's keep looting. Nope.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this counts. Let's see. Yeah, we got a
This
parka.
stuff will come in handy.
I think we're probably good with clothing now. I don't know if we need to loot any more drawers and stuff like that for clothing. I'm not sure if that's necessary. Okay, we got some more matches, more coffee as well. This is going well now. So this challenge is not as entertaining to watch as some of the other challenges because it's pretty straightforward how this works. It's just going around looting and looting. It's a looting challenge if you've ever seen one. After this house, I don't think I'll loot any more drawers and things. I don't think we need better clothing. Probably not anyway. I still haven't seen a knife. Someone says knives on top of these drawers. I haven't seen one so far. And there is a bit of climbing stocks, lantern. We are likely to find more bandages than we actually need. So that's okay. We can use them on ourselves. Okay, we're gonna head back to the garage now. That's pretty much everything we found. Let me check our clothing. We found that. I think we found some... No, that was worse. This is also worse. Better. Even better. I'm gonna get rid of the other ones. And here also this is worse. This is worse for sure. There we are. You don't need any of that stuff. There's no point carrying around stuff you're not gonna need. We can check here quick. Doesn't seem to be anything. And now we looted the entire area, really. I guess we could check here quickly if we want to. Doesn't look like there's anything. We can check here though. Alright, we found a Stacy. And then we can just head inside. Oh, the bear is around. There he is, see? Thought I could hear something. And we're still quite awake, so we don't have to leave this yet. 25 minutes till boil. Great. We can also drop some more water here. I'm going to drop 3 liters for now. We can go drop some more food over here. In our pile. Drop all of this stuff. In here we got some things like this. Let's drop that. Isn't that nice? What else have we got? Matches. I think it's matches is 25. So we can just drop 25 of these really. And then that's done. Boom. That was pretty easy. And then we got some more of these. We got some more sticks, which we'll just drop completely. And I think that's it. We can drop this here. We can drop another of these coffees. We don't need this. Most likely we don't need that at least. We don't need all these matches either. Yeah, and that's it. Nice. How long has this got? 9 minutes. So what we can do is make... How much are we missing? We're missing 10. So after this, it will be 19. So what we can do is go back and grab our sticks.
Surrounded by snow and nothing to drink.
I think, though, that... How dark is it? Yeah, it's pretty dark. Let's grab our sticks. It's just easier to use our sticks than anything else. We can break down these crates if we want to, but we don't really need to. There's 3 minutes, so let's just grab these. Put another 2 there. And then do we have enough sticks and books for 2 hours? I think so. There we are. So then that will be another 4 liters. Now we can drop, let's just drop 4 of these, so we have a little bit to go on. And you can see that now we actually only need 2 more liters of water. 2 liters, and that's it. Which you can make at any point when we come back. So this is pretty easy. 50, let's just drop 1 more stick on there. So yeah, that's good. So now we've already done quite a lot of stuff and we haven't really left the area. Well, we can just go and loot some more and check out maybe the neighboring areas. There's many different ways we can do this. So make sure. I'm going to go this way first. Get some sticks in. I'll probably do some sleeping in one of these houses, but not necessarily that much. At the moment it's fairly warm, so if I wanted to I could harvest this this deer, but it takes too long unless I have a knife. The bear is the only real threat in this challenge at all, because, I mean, you could get a moose also. That could happen, I suppose. That could happen. But for the most part, the wolves are not an issue when they appear. You just hold them at bay with the torch. But the bear is another issue. With the bear you need a flare gun, which you're not going to have unless you leave the region. Oh, it blew out, wow. Or you need to shoot it from far away or something like that. You can also stop a bear attack with a fire. If you put a fire between you and the bear, it will stop the bear's charge. So it is possible to do that. It's a way, it's kind of an exploit to hunt the bear. If you put a fire down and then you shoot the bear, it will charge you, then it will stop in front of the fire, and you can shoot it again. So you get like an extra shot in. I think that is... Oh, we have a crowbar, we can take that. That is pretty much an exploit though, so I think they probably will patch that at some point. Okay, we don't need that. But don't need that either. We can take the matches because we have so many matches. So I very often go and check these houses here, and I also check the car that's down the road here, because sometimes the car that's by Desolation Point can have a rifle in it. And if the rifle's not, the rifle tends to be in certain locations. The rifle can be in the car at the end of this road. It can be on this corpse over there. It can also be in a fishing hut over there. And it can be on a corpse up by the ravine entrance. It can be other places too, but usually you will find it in one of those four. You will also usually find a hatchet on this corpse here. And if you don't find a hatchet on this corpse, you usually find it on one of the other corpses, like the ravine corpse. So the corpses in Coastal Highway usually have some sort of weapon or tool that you need. So check those. Those are the only kind of, let's call them minor loots that you might need. That's about it. And while we're here then, let's start looting. And see what's in these houses. If you ever play Interloper, these houses are usually destroyed. I have had it happen that one of them is up, but usually they are down. And there can be a bear patrolling here as well. Let's check the house. And because we have so many matches, you can freely use matches for lighting if you like. You don't need to though, but if you do want to, you can. Because we just have so much of it.
I think I can use this.
I'm not going to loot any more of those, as I said, but I am checking around for other things. I can't be bothered to fiddle with the matches, so I'm going to use this instead. We got venison, how nice. And then we got dog food. And I saw a storm lantern.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
It's probably better than this, yeah. The stone and we had very little oil in it. This one has more, so we'll grab that. You can break the stone lantern down if you want, and then you get the oil in your inventory. We're not mostly looking for food now, as well as I guess we can grab this, as well as any kind of tools, and we can grab water as well. Okay, this is looking very good. I will check the car, and then I will head to what's it called, Misanthrope Island, and I will probably sleep there, I think. This is an example of where we could make a fire and make some coffees just so we can run a bit more if we want to. Guess I did check that cabinet. Accelerant's good. We don't need anything here. No. Lanthanol, I will take that. Very often you'll notice that there's certain loot that tends to be in the same type of houses. Like this shape house tends to have some of the same things, like you know, a drink there, lantern fuel there, that sort of stuff. And other houses have other patterns. Yeah, there we are. So that one's done. What else have we got? Oh, both the others burned down. Nope. We go on here. And we could maybe sleep here just to recover, but I'm going to check his corpse first. Doesn't look like we have anything.
I'll take it.
Don't need that, don't need that. This will take. No tools on this guy this time. Revolver cartridge. We don't need that, but if we find a revolver, we might as well use it. Let's keep going. We don't need to check this stuff. There's some dog food there. And let's keep looking for food. Yeah, we might sleep here just to make things a little bit easier, actually. Otherwise, the thing is that once you get exhausted, you can't run anymore. And then things go a lot slower. And if this was a speed run, I would do more or less what I'm doing now, except much faster. And I would be making coffees as well. But this is not a speed run, it's just a regular run. So we can just take this easy. And in fact, we might sleep here just to recover some stamina and make things a bit easier in the morning. We do have food that we can spare for that, if necessary. Okay, I think we actually will do that. And we can go check the car in the morning. Let's see what this guy has. Nothing. Flare. And I guess, oh, we got ski boots, but they weigh an absolute ton. I think instead I'm going to break these crates down. Just for the reclaimed wood, we don't need it, but I'm still going to do it. Alright, and then before I sleep, I'm just going to check a couple things. We don't need this, for example. We don't really need this. And yeah, okay, so let's actually indulge ourselves a little bit here. We can have, for example, this thing, and that should tide us over more than enough. So I think actually this is fine. Or maybe something doesn't break. Maybe
anything right
these. Let's eat these. Yeah. Doesn't matter if we get a little bit, take a little bit of damage, as long as we can actually go through the night. We definitely have enough water now. So what we're going to do now, we're going to sleep 12 hours just to get fully recovered. We'll take a little bit of hunger damage, but it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to wake up. Nice. And we got daylight again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to check this car.
I gotta eat soon.
Okay. While we are here. So we'll pick up sticks. And we see. And then we're going to check this car towards Desolation Point. And we could go to Desolation Point, but it's not really necessary to do so, unless I get really stuck. So let's just do that.
I'll die if I don't drink soon.
Some more sticks. I'll grab some of these on the way back. So this car that's over here by the entrance to Desolation Point, it can have a rifle in it. So it's worth checking this out. Now you could also from here just go to Desolation Point and then you're likely to find a whole bunch of stuff. So that's an option. I don't really feel that's necessary, but if I get stuck and can't find anything, I will do it. We'll open this because we found a pry bar. Let's see what we can find inside, if anything.
I think I can use
It's actually better than the one we have, isn't it? Yeah, so let's do that. Anything here? No. How about here? Nope. We'll check this though. So no rifle here. Alright, we'll head back then. We'll grab sticks on the way back. But we're going to go via the island, the Misanthrope Island. I think that's what it's called. Because there's a rifle spawn there. And also we can loot the actual house. So we're going to head there. And then we'll head back to the garage. We'll dump everything and then we'll just keep looting. By the time we checked the mines and everything, we probably have everything or close to everything that we need. But we'll see how it goes. Let's grab all these sticks. Now, some of you that are watching might feel like a bit of anxiety watching this, because I am hungry, I'm thirsty, and I'm just like, it doesn't matter. But it's like I always say with challenges, you have to have a little bit of a different mindset. So, no. You have to have a little bit of a different mindset, because with challenges, your survival is different than a survival run. In regular survival, if you die, it's over, and sure, that's the same for challenges too. But in survival, as long as you stay alive, you live to fight another day. So the amount of resources you have and the clothing you have and stuff, they carry on into your long adventure. The challenges, that's not the case. Once the challenge is done, then you lose everything. All your equipment, all your progress, all the gear you had, they really don't matter. They are strictly a means to an end. Everything you find is literally there for you to pick up in order to make the challenge easier, and then it's discarded afterwards. So as long as you get through it, you don't have to worry about your health or your gear, because it's not important. Okay, here we are. Here's the corpse. Let's see what he's got. He does not have the rifle. Alright. If we're not too heavy, we can check the next island too. We'll see. Depends how heavy we are. And also you can check the weather. You can go in the journal and go on calendar, and it will tell you the chance of a storm, like a blizzard. And as you can see, we won't get a blizzard until day 6. And then, even then it's just a chance for a blizzard. Most likely we're going to be done by day 6. It's not going to take very long to do. I'm going to pick up every stick I see, but anything that's kind of like in my way. Let's double check them. Yes. Wait, what's that? Alright. Oh, let's see what the visibility is in here. Not good. And let's see if there's a flare again. As you can see, there it is. And they follow a predictable pattern. There's ketchup chips here, and then there'll be that there, that there. Up there's a storm lantern again. There's a certain pattern to these houses. I don't think we will go to the next island. We'll go head straight back. I don't think we need the water from upstairs, but I'm still going to take it. Just because I'd rather overestimate how much I need, but I don't think we need it. In fact, we could just drink because we got so much of it. Take a little bit less damage. Hunger is the least concern of all the meats in the game. Hunger gives you just 1% damage per hour, which is nothing. Fatigue also gives you 1% per hour, but the difference is that they will fatigue will also stop your sprint capabilities and make you tired. Okay, so let's see if we have the same pattern here. So on my left will be like maybe ketchup chips or accelerant and a book. So that's the book. Nothing in here. And then on my right now there might be salty crackers, and then on the drawers there might be a knife. In the shelves there'll be lantern fuel. On the bedside table there'll be a drink. In the bathroom there'll be a drink. So let's see if any of that happens. Here we have a tea. We have no knife. We have no lantern fuel. We have water though, or a drink. And we have a drink here too. Just the water instead. Yeah, so it's somewhat similar. I don't think we need the water, but I am going to take it anyway. Alright, so we are done here. We don't need anything else here, and we're a little bit heavy. So we'll head back. We'll still grab sticks and things. And let's see. Do we want to take a shortcut down here? Maybe we should. Grab these sticks. It's making us very heavy, but we need it. And I think I want to check this fishing hut here. I'm getting very tired running while heavy, but that's okay. Just want to get away from this. You don't need to take the route I took, of course. Yeah. I'm going to check this fishing hut, and then I'm going to head back. We should be safe now from bear and wolves. There's the wolf over there, the new one. There is a car, by the way, where that wolf is. Over by this pass that's over there. And that car can sometimes have a jerry can in it. Alright, let's not burn all our fatigue here. I must take that reclaimed wood. We can also open these, as long as there's food inside. All of that. No. One of these was better, yeah, this one. Dog food. Alright. And Ulf now begins a slow walk back because we have the wind against us, so it's going to be very slow. Here comes the wolf. Remember that you can scare off the wolves. If this is your first time watching my videos, then you might not be aware how to do it, so I'll show it anyway. All you gotta do is just aim at the wolf with any kind of weapon, including a stone, while you have a fire source up, such as a campfire, or a flare, or a torch. A torch or a campfire wouldn't work here because it's too windy, but this flare does. So what you do now is just select the stone from your radio menu, it drops the flare, and then you aim at the wolf, and it will run towards you, change its mind, and run away. And you pick this up again. It works also with a bow, a flare gun, rifle, revolver, it all works. And that's how you scare off wolves. That's why I mean that they're not really an issue. Now he's only going to run so far though, and then he's going to come back, quite likely. He can smell me, you see, because I'm carrying that raw rabbit or raw venison, whatever that was. So he might catch up with me. But if he does, you know, I have another flare. Yeah. So that shouldn't be an issue. Okay. So now we're just gonna walk back, and we've done a big bulk of what we need to do now. We only really need to get the rest of the stuff, including a few big items like the rifle. This wolf probably won't be an issue because he's too far away. But if he is too close, if he gets too close, I'll just light this flare. At the moment he's kind of like at a perfect distance, he can't quite decide if he should charge me or not. So yeah. I'm just going to keep my eye on him though. Pay attention to sounds. If you hear like a growling noise, like a bark, then he's probably going to be charging and he's coming for you. So keep an eye out, or rather an ear out for that. The fact that you have your back to the wolf doesn't really affect whether it attacks you. You know, you might think intuitively that, well, you shouldn't turn your back to the wolf, that will increase your chance of him attacking you.
So
and no, it doesn't. It doesn't make a difference. It's just that you don't have control of where the wolf is, of course, right? So if he's behind you, then he could attack you. That's pretty much it. The only exception is at night. At night, if a wolf sneaks up you from behind, they can attack you without warning. That's happened to me a few times. They basically take advantage of the darkness. So be a little bit careful with that. Other than that, wolves are not really much of a concern. Alright, so we are back here at the base with all our stuff, dragging it heavy. So let's sort that out. I think we did find a little bit of wood, didn't we? And it was reclaimed wood, which we'll just drop here, I think. We'll drop the sticks we have, 42 of those, so we're almost done with sticks. We'll drop these. And food, we have that as well, so we'll drop all of this stuff. That's fine. Alright. And then we can go here and we can grab this water that's here, that's now boiled. And we'll drop, how much was it? 7 keep out of these or something. It's done. And yeah, we can drop this coffee that we're carrying around here, I guess. We also drop these, we don't need these. So a drink. Okay, so let's have a look at our stockpile. And now we have finished our matches by fire. Well, water is done, lantern's done. We got some lamp oil as well, but we got more lamp oil because we found a lantern. In fact, we found 2 lanterns, so we got more of that. What else? We found some lantern oil. It's dumping on the ground here. And then we can also drop some miscellaneous stuff. We don't need this. I'll carry the bullets just in case. Now we got that, yeah, that's fine. We can even dump more stuff. We don't need all these matches. There's so many of them. Yeah, that's it. Nice. And now if we look at lantern oil, see we got 3 out of 5. So we just need to find some more lantern oils or maybe a jerry can, and then that's done. We have about 2/3 of our food, so we're getting pretty close with that. That shouldn't be an issue. There'll be plenty more food to find. We need some more hardwoods, which we might require cutting nearby. Reclaimed wood is easy. That's just outside the garage. Sticks is just 5 sticks. It's easy. Tinder, we can either, like, we have 16, but if I now grab one of these, like this one, and then I harvest this, I get 4 tinder plugs. And that will increase it. So if I now drop this down, it should go up to 19, I think. So if it goes... yeah, so I can just grab this and it gives another 3, and that gives another 3. So I could just harvest these now. In fact, this I didn't need this many, it was just to do it a little bit faster. And I'll do this. And then I can just drop all of these, and now I think that's done. Yeah, so tinder is done. As you can see, another thing has been ticked off. So we're getting to the point now where it's, other than some woods, it's pretty much just finding a little bit more food, the hatchet and the rifle. So we are pretty much well on our way. And in fact, we don't need this much water either. It's a bit unnecessarily heavy, so we can drop 2 liters of that. And now we are quite light, and we can continue. I think we want to go to the lookout tower and then into the cave to get some more bullets, and then we'll continue along that route. So that's what we're going to do next. Let's see. I'm just going to save this progress. All right. So let's head to the lookout tower and then into the mine. You have to be a little bit careful though, because you can find the bear around. And if that happens, you need to avoid him. He is around here somewhere. Let's see. I can't hear or see him, but he's usually around the corner here. Let's see. He'll probably be on my left right now. That's his cave over there. Oh, yeah. He seems to be out. You might as well check this this trailer. Especially now that the bear is nowhere in sight. Let's just have a quick look in here. See what we can find. Got some more food. Wood. You still need more food, but it's not going to be an issue. Mostly need the big things now. Like a rifle, that sort of thing. That's what we're looking for now.
This will come in
We don't
handy.
need that. Alright. Nice. Oh, nah, we'll leave the jeans, I think. Let's have a quick look outside. There's the bear. Bear doesn't seem to be out. Might be sleeping. No. Okay. So while you're doing this challenge, you can cut down these things, the saplings, but it's kind of pointless to do so. So I wouldn't really bother doing it because you're not going to be able to make a bow. I mean, you can if you want. Like, you have 30 days to do this. So if you want to make a bow, in order to have a weapon, you can do that. But by the time you've cured all the saplings and you have the guts and all that stuff, by then it's already... Actually, I think we will go this way first. By then it's already you're probably done by then. So I don't really see the point in making a bow. If you find a rifle, you can use the rifle if you want, if you have excess ammunition. But other than that, I wouldn't use it. If you find a revolver, you can use that though, because the revolver is not part of the quest or whatever. So that one's fine. I presume that's probably because Whiteout was added before the revolver was added to the game. So therefore it's not part of what needs to be stockpiled. So if you find a revolver, yeah, you can use that. But if you find a rifle, I would avoid using it because you need to make sure you have 10 rounds for the quest. And also, if you are carrying that around, it's going to be very, very heavy. So we're going to go now to the lookout tower, see if we can find a couple of smaller things there. Then we're going to the mines. And the reason I usually go into... Oops. That's over there. The reason I often go into the mines is because you can pretty much always find rifle ammo in there. Rifle ammunition, finding 10 of them is something that's a little bit random. Like, you'll likely find some with the rifle, but usually just 5. And then you'll find odd ones scattered around. You'll find one rifle around there, one rifle around there, one there. But in the mines, you can usually always find 10 rifle rounds. And then when you have those, not 10, sorry, 5 rifle rounds. And once you have those, it's just about finding another 5. So if you find one there and one there, you probably will find 5 around the rifle and around. So that makes that part easier. And then you kind of have everything, you just need to find a hatchet. And there's usually a few places, like it might take a while before you find your hatchet, but once you have it, you'll probably find more. So I found, once I did this challenge, I found 4 hatchets in Coastal Highway. So yeah, you can find them if you just look. They tend to be near tools. You can find them randomly in the red toolboxes, but you tend to usually find them near corpses. And sometimes you find them in the wood logs, you know, the wood cuttings, like for example by the trailer, by the, what's it called, fishing logs or whatever it's called. There's you can find a hatchet there. You can also find hatchets buried into the piers. If you look close at the different piers around Coastal Highway, they sometimes have a knife or a hatchet chopped into them. I'll show you when we find one. Alright, so let's look here. So usually there isn't any kind of like amazing loot here, but there is some loot. There's also houses underneath here. It's worth checking out. But mostly I'm going here because I'm going to the mines and I want to check that out. So let's see how we go. Okay, and always remember to check under here, and we actually have rifle rounds.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
If that's the case, I'm not sure if I really need to check the mines, but I might still go just to illustrate. We got maglins, which we don't need. Lots of wood. And we also have the rifle, another reason to go here. So now we have that, and actually, because of that, we have a hunting knife too. This we don't need. So found quite a lot of stuff here. Definitely worth going here, because we now have the rifle. And because I found it, I don't think we need to go to the mines. So if I hadn't found the rifle with the ammunition to fulfill this requirement, I probably would go to the mines, but now I might not do that. I might instead loot the houses down below and then loop down, because I don't think it's really necessary to go to the mines. But if you don't find it, you should go to the mines. Just follow this road up here and then go into the mines, and you'll find some ammunition there. It's always there. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll go anyway, because then I can show you what I'm talking about in case you're looking for rifle ammo. I've never not found ammunition in the mines, so might as well, unless they changed it, it should always be there. So I might as well just show you. It doesn't matter if it's a small detour. So let's see. There's usually a wolf, so be careful around here. Along this road, there's very often one, sometimes two wolves just patrolling about. So do be careful if you do run into a wolf. Just keep your headset on. Getting quite tired also, that's okay. So normally when I do this challenge, I usually speed run it. I don't ever sleep when that happens. So therefore I don't usually eat any food at all. But in this walkthrough, I'm doing it non-speed run, so I will eat a little bit here and there. But there is usually way more food than necessary here in Coastal Highway. Just looting all the houses and things, you'll find plenty of food. And if you're stuck, if you really can't find enough, you can either hunt, anything, wolves, deer, bear, moose. I don't think you'll find a moose, but it does happen. That is in by the garage. Or you can do fishing, which will also give you lantern fuel. Okay, so that's the mine. So since I already found the ammunition, I don't really need to go in here. But I'll go in here anyway to show you what I mean. That if you struggle to find rifle rounds, there's usually always rifle rounds here by the ledge into the main room. And I'll show you what I mean. You don't need to go to the Pleasant Valley, although you can if you want, of course. There's also good loot there, but there's no need to do that. But yeah, basically here in the entrance you'll find a bit of miscellaneous stuff, matches, usually some food and clothing as well. I usually grab a few coal, because then I can use that for cooking without spending any of the fuel that I found. Although I already have made all my water, so I don't think I need it. But nevertheless, I'm picking up a couple of them. Alright, so when you come down here, you should reach a fork in the road. Yeah. If you go to the right, you come to the main room that continues on. But if you go, you want to go there, but if you go left, you end up at this little ledge that usually has the rifle. Or maybe that's a bit further. Actually, might be the next fork of the road. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, okay, and that's the next fork in the road, not this one, my bad. I misremembered, it's the next one. So here also you want to check, because in here you have this, so you can find a hatchet in here.
I'll take it.
You didn't. Yeah, sure, I guess we can grab the rifle cartridge, okay. The revolver bullets. There's a stim, this is very often here. And an interloper, this is one of the guaranteed stim locations. Not necessarily at this exact location, but here in the mines you'll always find a stim and interloper. We don't need it, but they're going to take it. Could be handy for sprinting purposes. And we got another one in here, how about that? Double stim. And we have our jerry can as well. So that's good. So another success in going in here. Another rifle there. So we have we have enough, I think, then. How much is it? 2.3, and we have 3. So we have all our lamp oil then. So that's convenient. If I hadn't found that here, I would have probably found it in the trailers. Alright, so here's the other fork in the road. So down here is a corpse that we can check out. It's got another lantern. If I didn't already have the jerry can, I would pick this up. Actually, I might pick it up anyway because it's light. But we'll see, I might ditch it. We don't really need it. And let's see, it should be down here somewhere. I don't go through her that often, so I sometimes forget the layout, but it should be down here somewhere. We should get to a atrium, and that's where the rifle rounds usually are. Is it even that much further? I'm probably thinking about it in reverse. Yeah, I think it's the first fork in the road from the other entrance. That's probably what's happening. Okay, I'll show you when I get there. It's probably slightly better, I think. Yeah, so let's go with that. And we're still looking for more food, so might as well keep looking for that.
This stuff will come in handy.
I'll grab one of these in case I want to make some coffees or something. And what's this? Drink. So you see, there's quite a few things there in the mine. So since if this was a normal walkthrough, I probably wouldn't have gone through here because I found the rifle rounds already, but if I hadn't found them, I definitely would have gone through it, because as you can see, there's quite a few things there. There's medicine, there's food, there's tools, there's rifle rounds, a jerry can. Right, so this is the room I'm talking about. This is, I was thinking about in reverse. I was coming out this way rather than coming in. But what I'm referring to is this ledge over there. They usually always have rifle rounds. At least I've never not seen them there. But maybe they aren't there if they are in the lookout tower. I'm not sure. But we'll find out. But even if it's not there, it's one of those places that's worth checking out. So when you come here, yeah. So I was thinking about backwards. If you come from Pleasant Valley, which is now just up here is Pleasant Valley. You come through it, and then you reach this fork in the road. And what you do is, instead of going right into the atrium, you go left, and then you end up at this ledge that's here. Let's see. I might have to use the trusted stone lantern that I found. So here's this ledge that I'm talking about, and here there's usually always rifle rounds, and there are again today. See, so here they are. They're always laying here. I've never not found them today included. So if you're starting to find rifle rounds, this is a good place to pick them up. Let's actually just use this. So yeah, if you ever struggle to find them, you will always find 5 of them here, and once you found a rifle, you'll probably have 10 by then. We don't need any of this. Then you can just walk down here and head back. Yeah. So the mines, I would say, is often worth checking out, just because they have this the rifle rounds, and you can find a few misc things along the way. I found the jerry can this time. You might find a hatchet if you're lucky. You found stims, found some food. You can also pick up coal. That's another big bonus. If you go here and you pick up the coal, you can use that to make a fire to cook things, which is great, because then you don't have to use the wood you find that's part of the quest. You can just use this instead. Because the books, fire logs and coal does not count towards the firewood progression of the quest. So if you use the coal to cook water or teas or whatever, then you're not using anything that you need for this particular challenge. We're just gonna head out now. Walk back, and we'll probably actually sleep in the trailer because we're getting exhausted, and there's no point walking around like this. So we're gonna head out. We'll go to that trailer that's outside the mines, and then we'll loot there, and I think we'll sleep there. And then we will head back to the garage with the loot we have, but we'll probably drop by the houses underneath the lookout tower, and maybe the fishing, what's it called? It's a wood lot or something, I can't remember what it's called, down there, and check that out too. And then if we still haven't found hatchets, there's a few more places we can check. Oh, there's a flare that I missed. And a bunch of roll cartridges, but no revolver. Alright. Oops. Right. So yeah, as you can see, we're doing quite well now. We found all the major things. What you have to worry the least about is wood, because it's very easy to do. You can just chop stuff that's outside the garage for most of it. I'm still picking up all the wood that I can find, because it just speeds things up, but you have more than enough reclaimed wood outside the garage. There's plenty of limbs as well, so it shouldn't be an issue to do wood. That's usually the last thing you need to do. Now I'm just going to head down to this trailer that's down here, and we'll loot that trailer, and then I think we'll just sleep here. Might make a fire just to make some coffees while we wait for it to get dark, and then sleep, just so I have some coffees for tomorrow. I think I only brought 5, yeah, the rest are in the garage. We can use those to sprint a bit further and speed this up a little bit. Let's see. I'll make a little fire here just to cook a few of those, and then we'll rest inside this trailer. And if we're heavy, there's a few things we can dump that we don't really need. And I'll eat something in here too, because I don't want to take damage while I sleep. Let's see, we can just use a match. What? I don't have a stick? Guess I don't have a stick. Okay. Did I pick up the stick? Yes. Okay. Let's make a little fire here. The stick, and we'll use this, and just use an accelerant. And then I can use coal, because I don't really need that for anything. And what we're going to do is going to do this, and we'll cook some coffees in here. Let's do that. Make all of them. I only have 1 can, so I'm going to have to do this 5 times, which is fine. And then one more. We can put 1 more coal on here. And just grab a torch or something. How are we doing with water? Okay, then I think let's make half a liter of this. Yeah, we can maybe, yeah, we'll just leave it there. Right, let's see what's in here. Alright, so in here we got a drink. We got a can opener, which I'll loot, but I don't know if I need that. We don't need any more clothing.
I think I can use this.
I know it's very tempting to loot everything and hoard everything, but just remember, it's a challenge. It's over when it's over. You don't need any of the other stuff. There doesn't seem to be anything else in here. Okay, so then we're going to sleep. And I need to have some sort of energy. I think we will eat... we might actually eat something. Do I have peaches? Because peaches are heavy and they don't really do much. I might eat these. They only give a few calories. So let's do that. And they're fairly heavy for what they are.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
And then we'll also drink this. And that, strictly speaking, I didn't really need to eat or drink anything, but if I did that and then went to sleep, then I would take damage in the night, and I'd rather not do that. And now I will instead just take I will heal all the way up, and then I'll take a slight damage from being hungry, and that's it. So let's see here. Now it should be morning, yeah. And I'm thirsty, but that's okay. I might drink some water though, just to tide me over and get rid of it from my inventory. And as you can see now, I can still carry quite a bit. So now we're going to head down to the cabins that are down here. It's foggy. If you're not sure where you're going, you can just wait it out. Or you can follow the road back if you're not sure where you are. You can also just walk down here. Perfectly fine. It doesn't look fine, but it is. And you'll reach the road eventually. So here's the road, and you go up here, you get those trailers by the train tracks on the way to the ravine, but we want to go this way, I think. We'll only go and loot that part of the map if we can't find a hatchet, most likely, or if I need even more food. Instead we're taking this route. We can run a little bit. And here we are back at the road. And here's the... so what is this area called? I can't remember what this area is called. It will probably trigger now. It's called log sort. I said wood sort, but log sort. Okay. But this area sometimes has a hatchet. So on Interloper, this building is usually burned down. But if you go past it to this trailer, behind the trailer are all these cut trees. And sometimes you'll find a hatchet in one of these stumps. So if you just look around, there is a spray paint. This one's always there, by the way. But if you check the other ones, you might be able to find one. Not always, but sometimes. It does not look like we have one this time. No, we don't have one. But you can also find them out on the piers. I don't think there are piers on this one though. I think they are all just logs, aren't they? I think. Yes. Yeah. So this one doesn't have it. But yeah, so that's one place you can find hatchets as well. Let's loot this, and we might even sleep an hour just to get some... Oh, here we are, see? I walked right past it. Yeah, so this is another place you can find hatchets. They'll be on these stumps. If you don't find one here, you very often find them around some of the corpses around Coastal Highway. There's several of them all over. I think there's at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. I can think of at least 5 corpses around Coastal Highway, and one of them, at least one of them, should have a hatchet. Great, so we have that too. If there's anything we're missing, it'll probably be food. Okay, so let's light this up. You know, someone who had a bad night's sleep. Let's check that out.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
That means I can shoot 2 bullets if I want to. There's another. This one I think is always here, so if you run out of fuel and you need it, grab that. We'll check for more food. There's more food, nice. And I think that's a ski jacket. That might be useful actually. Yeah, this is lighter, you see. Barely, but it is lighter. Okay. Let's actually sleep 1 hour here. We'll take a little bit of hunger damage, but then maybe the fog will lift, and also we can have a bit more energy. And we're going to head back with the stuff we got. And we'll also check the Aurora Cave. The Aurora Cave is up here. Actually, let's check out this house first. I forgot. Let's check in here too. Might be a couple things. Grab some sticks. Did I need to finish the sticks? No. I can grab a couple sticks. Let's just see what's in here. Oh, it's a whole house. Should be some food and stuff in here then. We don't really need anything other than food, so I think we're okay just looting the kitchen for this. Right here.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, nice.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, we're getting heavy now, but that's okay. Oops. I don't think there's anything else we need. There might be some wood upstairs. Actually, we can check that out. Okay, then we have some more peaches. We have that. We don't need this, but we'll take it anyway. Let's check here. And if we're lucky, this might be enough food, but we'll see. Don't need that. We can take that, I guess. And yeah, we don't need the toilet water anymore. Yummy. Let's just quickly check upstairs in case it's like reclaimed wood or something. Check this guy too.
This will come in handy.
And when I say this, the corpses in Coastal Highway that might have hatchets, what I mean is the outside corpses that have crows circling, not these ones. If you have watched all of it so far, most likely, if you look closely, I've probably missed some loot here and there because there's a lot of loot. I'm looking very closely, but I'm bound to have missed something. So don't be shy to let me know. We're going to head into the Aurora Cave now, but without the Aurora. So what you just do, you follow this road, follow the power lines. They lead back to the garage. So if you're in a fog, don't worry about that. And then you go here. See, when you get to this open section here, up here is the cave, the Aurora Mine, as we call it. I think it's actually called Cinder Hills Mine number 5 or something. Let's get this out. Abandoned Mine it's called. Yeah. So here you'll find a little bit of misc loot, and we'll check that out. There's not much we really need here. We can actually grab this, but we don't really need anything. But it's another like miscellaneous area that's worth checking out because you might find some stuff here, like you might find a hatchet in here if you're lucky. More lantern fuel. And then you can check over here, there's a few more things to loot. Here's a backpack.
I'll take it.
We don't need it this time. Yeah, cloth. That's pretty much just a little bit of food here. And then the thing about this particular area is the elevator over here. So if you get here into this room, there isn't anything here really here. There might be one or two smaller things to loot, but I don't think there is anything really. No, but here's an elevator, and you can take this elevator down, and you'll find a whole bunch of different things that you can loot down there. There's even a flashlight you can use to do it. But it only works during the Aurora. So if you do want to loot down there, you can only go down there during an Aurora. You can do that on survival as well if you didn't know, but on survival mode you can also go down there. But only during the Aurora. But if you ever do go down there, whether it's on this challenge or on survival, but especially on survival, I would recommend taking precautions, because one thing is, if you go down there, there'll be electrified cables, which means that you can get killed very, very easily down there. The other thing is that if the Aurora is short and you go down there and you take too long to loot everything, you might not be able to get back up, because the Aurora might end and the elevator stops working. And then you're stuck down there. You're stuck until the next Aurora hits. You don't know how long it's going to be. Could be a couple of days. Could be a week. You don't know. So make sure that if you do go down there, you should bring a bunch of supplies, just in case. Just in case you don't make it back up. For this challenge, however, you don't need to go down there unless you really want to. I've never done it. I don't really see the point. But if you wanted to, you could. It's one of those places in the long dark that is very risky. One of these like high risk, high reward places. So only go there if you feel like you are ready for it. I'm drinking the coffees. If you do a speed run of this challenge, you should try to cook as many coffees as you can. You can boil some of them while you loot something, because then you can run more. But for this, for a regular walkthrough, it's not necessary. This little bend in the road here leads to a car, and this car sometimes has a jerry can in it. I don't think it's particularly frequent spawn. I only had it a few times, but you can check in here also for miscellaneous stuff. It looks like a paper there and a drink here. And then I guess we can take that. Yep. And in the boot, I have found a jerry can before, so we can see what's in here now. No, nothing really that we needed. So we're going to head back with what we have, and then we'll see what's missing. If we don't have enough food, we can head back out and grab the last of the food. And then I think we just need wood, and that's it. We don't really need anything else. And then the challenge is over. And we've only looted about... I guess we looted about 2/3 of Coastal Highway so far. So there's still quite a few things to find. Because I have excess bullets, I could load this gun. Because I have 3 bullets too many. So if I get ambushed now very suddenly by a bear or something, I could shoot it, just in case. Because I have 3 extra bullets. I don't think it'll be necessary though. But if you're not sure about yourself, if you find a rifle and you have some spare bullets, you can always carry it with you. It looked like I missed that first round. That's weird. I was aiming right at him. Oh, it's the cartridge. But we don't really
needs this anymore.
Need the cartridges. I didn't need to kill that wolf either. But I had the extra bullets, so I thought, why not? But no, I aimed right at his neck and it went through him. How bizarre. And then he charged right at me. But yeah, that was not necessary, of course, but now I have some extra food if I need to. Okay, we're gonna start by dumping the rifle. That had also some bullets in it. So now the rifle is done and the cartridges are done as well. And then we need 5 more sticks, so let's dump the sticks. There we go with that, that's done too. Then we have reclaimed wood, 8 of those. Boom. Then we have food in a little food pile here. I'm just going to drop all of this. How are we doing with that? Okay, let's drop the rest of this. Looks like we need a little bit more food. And then we have our oil and stuff. So let's drop this. That. That's done. Stockpile complete with that. We don't. I'm going to grab this coffee, but we don't really need this. We don't need all of these flares. That's a lot of flares. That's fine. We don't need this either. And we have our hatchet, which we can drop also. So along with this. And our hatchet is complete. What else have we got? I think that's it. Yeah, we don't need these. And I guess that's it. We can dump some of these things to lighten the load. Yeah, and I guess that's it. Yeah, we don't need this one. There we are. So that's looking quite good. So as you can see now, we're almost full with food. We're just missing wood and food, and that's it. So what we can do is we can harvest that wolf if we want to, but we could also just go and get some more food in the other houses. So why don't we just go and do that? The rest is very easy because we just need to harvest limbs for that. But if I wanted to, you know, I could use the bullets for things like this, and you get the wolf. Did I dump my knife? I did, yeah. But for example, if I harvest this now, you know, 1 kilo of this. Sounds like the bear is here. You can hear him over there. See, I get 1 kilo. I'm pretty sure this counts even if you don't cook it, you see. So if I now have, you see it's 113.3, if I now drop this, and that does count, yeah, 0.3. So you can do that if you like. You don't actually have to cook it. You can just do that and it's fine. I think I will grab the knife just in case I want to use it. There we are. And the hatchet we might borrow to make some more wood. But okay. We can harvest the rest of it if we want. You can hear the bear. There he is. I knew I could hear him somewhere. I might sleep an hour in here because it would be nice if this fog lifts. Not because I don't know where to go, but it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing. So I suggest we sleep like an hour, see if it clears, and then we can continue. And if you're stuck, you can just do it with food. You can just do fishing. You can do hunting with the extra bullets you got. But fishing's probably easiest. There we are, nice and clear day. So what we're going to do now, we still have a lot of places we can loot, so we're just going to check some places out, really. We can grab some bunnies if we want to as well. But we're going to go and check out Jackrabbit Island. And then we're going to loot the fishing log. And then we can, if you're not sure, we can grab some cattails as well, and then we're pretty much done. And I'm going to drink another coffee. We already looted this fishing hut, so there's nothing for us to find here. I can also drop the coffee if I want. That will count as well. But yeah, food isn't that much of an issue, because if you loot all of Coastal Highway, you'll find more than the required amount. And if you don't sleep, like you know, I slept twice and I ate food while I slept just to make sure that I didn't lose health. If I hadn't done that, I maybe would have had enough by now. You can also kill some rabbits, like these rabbits. There's all sorts of things you can do. It's not too difficult. But I don't think I'm going to kill the rabbits. I don't think that'll be necessary after looting the rest of this. I don't think so. We're going to check out this, and we're going to check out Jackrabbit Island, and then the fishing log. And I think that's probably it after that. I think we'll probably have enough, because we have, yeah, so we need 1.4 days. And just a bunch of misc food. There's usually like 3 or 4 days, so it should be fine. So let's see, this fishing out here, this one here, where Jackrabbit is in the back there, and over here is Misanthrope Island. This one can also have a rifle. It will be in the corners here. We can grab this.
This will come in handy.
Put the food there. We don't need any other stuff. Okay, and then there's a corpse over here that I don't think I need anything from there, but I'll show you where it is in case you do want to check it out on survival or this challenge. But up here is Jackrabbit Island, and there's 2 corpses here. There's one over there, you can actually see it where the crows are, and there's one over here. This one's underneath the cliffs, and if you go to this one, it can have a bunch of different loot, including on survival. You can find a Firestriker here, you can find a knife, you can find just general food, I guess. I think hatchet also, but I'm not sure about hatchet. It's here. As you can see, it does have a knife, which we don't really need. And then we'll loot the corpse itself too. Nothing there. Then we'll head back, and we'll go up and check the house. And it's quite warm, so depending on how heavy we become, we might want to cut down some limbs, but we need a hatchet for that. So you might want to borrow the hatchet that you have in the garage for the last part, which is getting the limbs. Let's check out this corpse here too. Oh, another thing you can do if you're stuck with the food is you can you can grab all the berries and mushrooms and you can make teas, and they will also give a little bit of calories, and that counts towards food as well. There we are. Is this other guy? This one usually doesn't have much.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
And then we'll go up here and check this house up here, which usually has quite a few things in its kitchen. And we've done quite a lot already. So yeah, I don't know if I need a light. Yeah, might as well light it just so we can see a little bit better. Don't need anything here. So we'll loot all of the kitchen.
Perfect.
Yeah, good. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take this water in case. Let's just see here. Hopefully this will be enough, but I think we're going to check the fishing logs too. Then that will probably be sufficient, I think. Oh, a coffee, nice. Which we'll probably drink, but we'll see. And this one, and then the rest of the kitchen. There's quite a big kitchen. This usually has quite a bit of food in it. As you can see, it's a lot of coffee to be found in this challenge. A lot of coffee. I think this is more coffee than exists on all of Interloper here in this one region. So we're getting quite a few things here. I don't think this is enough though, but it's close. Let's see if there's a drink or something. No, lantern fuel, which we don't need anymore. We're done with that. Antiseptic. I'll grab this in case there's a stim.
I'll take it.
Oh, okay, we're done in here then. Let's head out to the fishing logs. There is also a container you can check, as well as the fishing huts, of course. But down here, is that a wall? No. If you kind of like follow, the easiest way to find this and navigate here, you just follow through here. I don't think there's anything here to find, no. But you follow the snowbank, and then straight ahead now, there's very often a container. Drink a coffee. Let's see if it's there. Here it is. It kind of popped into existence, but here it is. We can have the misc stuff there. Yep.
I can use this.
And then we're going to check those cabins, but before we're going to check this fishing hut. This fishing hut, if you play an interloper, is a potential spawn for the hammer. So it's a fishing hut that's worth checking out regardless. But we don't need that for this challenge, of course. But we're going to check it out just for like miscellaneous loot. Let's see here, we got that. Finding a lot of revolver cartridges, but no revolver. Tools. Nothing in it, that was not worth the trip. And then we're going to check over here. There's usually a deer carcass or a human carcass here. You see these crows circling? There's always a corpse of some sort there. Human or deer. If it's a deer, we could potentially harvest it just for some extra food. But it's not strictly speaking necessary, but we could do it. Let's also light this torch. What? Okay, that was... this one I did not know. I've never seen that before, ever. Okay, so it seems to be a possibility of a random soda in the snow. Okay, sure. Here we go here. We have a regular corpse, so to speak. We'll check that out. Nothing on them. Then we have the fishing hut, which we'll also just check, seeing as we're right here.
Damn it. I'm so hungry.
You'll be okay, Astrid. There we go. Dog food, some wood. I think we'll quite close to food. There's probably an equation for how much calories this equates to, but I never looked into it. Okay, and these are the pairs I was talking about. So let's also quickly check the boats, because the boats might sometimes have stuff. The Hinton likes to hide food underneath things. Doesn't look like there's anything there. No. Anyway, see these pairs here, the boat pairs. I see these pillars here, these ones. Sometimes you'll find a hatchet or knives embedded in the edges here. So if you can't find a hatchet or a knife, look for these. So have a look around. We can see if we find one here. They're easy to miss because you don't really look that way. I don't see any here at least. But let's check the rest of the pier. Nothing there. What about over here? They usually are at the beginning of the pier, but I have found them at the end as well. I don't see any in this one. Timberwolf Mountain Hut, if you go there, they very often has one embedded in. I don't see any in this one, no. Okay, not this time then. What have we got here? We have more revolver ammo, but no revolver. So that's over. I'll check these huts, and that's probably going to be enough, I think. Let's see what we got here. This cabin is usually always destroyed on Interloper. Work boots are better, but we don't need it. Nice, nice. I don't think there's anything else, is there? No. Let's check out the fishing huts, or fishing cabins, or rather, these ones. Should be some miscellaneous food in here. Emerich. Wow.
Day.
Okay, well, that should be enough then. We'll still loot the rest of them. I don't think these have food because they're like clothing drawers.
Yeah. Nobody needs this anymore.
So we don't need to check those. Be careful, there could be a bear that comes there, so be careful about that. A bear could sneak up on you when you least suspect it, coming from the river. And in fact, if you are in this area right now and you are struggling with food, you still need more food. What you can do is you can go to the river and you can follow that upwards, and then you just loot all the cattails on the river. It's worse. And that will give calories too. The river is over there, just to see where that bridge is, right there. That's where the river starts, so you go there and you go upstream. There is a bear that patrols the area, so be careful, but if you do that, you can loot all the cattails, which give 150 calories each. So if you're missing any food, you can just do that, and it will most likely be enough. I don't think we need to do that, I think we already have enough.
This will come in handy.
Let's just see if there's anything in here. No, okay. And I think we're just going to head back and do what's missing in the challenge, which is just the wood. We'll check out the tooth and maybe the other fishing huts. And there's a car there, and sometimes a corpse here as well. Is there a corpse? Yes, there is. Let's just check that out quickly. And drink the coffee though. And if I'm missing like a tiny bit of food, then I'll just make coffees or teas. Alright, there's corpse. Does he have anything? Nope. Let's check out this car. And we could check out the fishing huts, but it's not that big a deal. We'll check this out.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
I think it's still colder though because it's in bad condition. No, it's better. Heavier though. We have another knife, which we don't need, but go drink. Might use that. Let's drop our knives. We don't need this other one. Let's check out this tooth also. This is called the tooth. And the tooth has a corpse by it. There's also a corpse up there. I guess we could check both. Why not? I very rarely check this corpse that's over here. And yeah, I think earlier I said there's 4 or 5 I can think of, but there's way more than 4 or 5 corpses. There's so many of them around. Yeah, a lot. But the corpses very often have hatchets and things next, so you just gotta find the right one. This one does not have it. Most likely, if there is another hatchet by the corpse near the ravine entrance. That corpse very often has a hatchet or a rifle. Okay, let's check this guy out. He has, looks like stone, and underwear and a drink. And I guess that is it. I don't think there is... We could check out these ones. That's not really necessary. Yeah, there's nothing else to really loot. I think we probably have enough food, and if not, we can harvest the wolf. Or we could go fishing, or I can make coffees, so that shouldn't really be a problem. We just need the wood now. And that's not difficult once you have the hatchet. The hatchet you have to borrow and then put it back. So very often the last thing you actually put back is the hatchet itself. Don't think we need to sleep anymore unless we need light to do this stuff, which is possible. But we'll see. Let's see what there is here. Is this a deer carcass or is this a person? It is a deer carcass. We have some wolves being annoying as well. How much does this have? It does have a bit, but I don't think it's worth it really. We'll just attract those wolves over there. So just gonna head back with the loot that we have. And we have now looted, I would say, about 3/4 of Coastal Highway. We have not looted those cabins that were up there by the lookout tower. We have not looted the trailer on the way to the ravine. We have not looted the trailer by the train stop by ravine. We have not looted Rabbit Grove. We have not looted all the calories by the river and corpses by the river and a few cars and some miscellaneous stuff. So yeah, I would say we probably looted about 3/4 of Coastal Highway, about 75%, give or take. And as you can see, we have found pretty much everything we need so far. I ate quite a bit, and we have slept twice, but you don't actually need to sleep at all to do this challenge, but of course you can. And if you want to not stress about that, and if you really just want to take it easy, then sure, just eat the food you find. Just eat it, stay full, recover health, stay safe, and then just drop the food that's left. And if you want to take it very slow and just be safe, just, you know, go to Desolation Point. And you'll find more wood, find more food, find more tools, ammo. If you want to take your time with this challenge, you don't have to stay in Coastal Highway the whole time like I'm doing. You could just go to Desolation Point. That would be the best place to go because you will find quite a lot of stuff there in terms of both food, wood and tools. Or you could, if you wanted to, you could go to Pleasant Valley or something like that. I don't know if there's any point going to Ravine, but Pleasant Valley is fine. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm not going to drink this next coffee. Any bears around? Not yet. We're going to wait to harvest this wolf, because I don't think we really need to harvest it, especially with the MRE we found. Let's see here. There we are. And now we're here, so I'm going to drop first the MRE and see how much is left after that. 0.6, so we need 0.8. So that means I can have some food left over. let's drop whatever is the most calories, and also the heaviest things. So these ones and these ones and these two. That's probably enough. Yeah, stockpile complete. So there we go. I have actually more than enough. 0.4 too much, and I'm still carrying some food that I can eat if I want to, because I might sleep another day. And then that's it for that. Now we just need wood. Reclaimed wood, I picked some up, so that's fine. I can dump that here. I'll just dump this. Boom. And I just need another... How much do I need? 13. And reclaimed wood is very easy because you can just... we're going to actually borrow the hatchet. We don't need it right now, but you can break these down. Or you can just do it by hand if you want to. We're going to use the hatchet though, because it's not going to break. So we break that one down. This should be... usually it's more than that one. There's usually other ones too. I guess not. Weird. Anyway, we'll drop this down. And now we need what? 7? 7, yeah. And what we can do then is we can go outside before it gets too dark. Hopefully there's no bear around. And you can break down one of these pallets, for example this one. This one gives 12, so it's a bit more than we need. But right now I'm not cold because I'm in cover. And hopefully the bear won't attack us, but if it does, then it does. We'll break this down. And boom. There we go. I think it was just 7, so we might use the other ones for a fire to keep wolves away. So drop 7 of these. And that's done. And now the only thing we need is softwood and hardwood. And the hatchet, which I'm using. What we can do actually, while it's still a little bit light, we can go out and we'll start cutting down some limbs. So we'll go out here and see what limbs we can find. If necessary, we'll go deeper into the forest later. But yeah, here we go. So here's 1. And we'll just crouch, because then we don't have as much aggro range. So we get 3 of this. We need 16.
It's dusk,
That's
so we can't be far behind.
It's going to get dark soon, but I think we can house at least 1 more before it's dark. Crouch. There we are, now it's getting cold. And it's a little bit windy. How windy is it? It's super windy. What we might do is, we can do like this. Make a fire here. The accelerant. With a stick.
Man, if I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
And then we put 1 piece of coal on that we found from the mine. And then we can harvest this. And we won't get cold. This also keeps the wolves away. There we are. And I think that's it for here. I think we have to do the rest in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take this with us. And head back. And then we are pretty much done with this. We can stay 1 more day though and sleep. I have some food on me that I can use to sleep, but also I put down too much really. So I can take some from the stockpile if I want to. And let's go in here. And we'll just drop this in, 9 of these. And as you can see now I'm missing 7 of these. And then I think we will just sleep a bit. So let's just eat some stuff so that we don't take too much damage. We'll drink these cans, I think. They'll stay away quite a bit. I think that's enough. It doesn't really matter. I don't actually need to do this, because even if I am starving and thirsty and I sleep, I wouldn't die from it. And we sleep. And then the morning is light again, and we are rested, and we can do the last that we need. How much was it? Was it 7? We need 7, so we need to actually cut 3 of them down. A little bit unfortunate, but well. Okay, so now let's find some more limbs. Sometimes they respawn in the night, so we can get the same limbs.
Right now.
But I think we most likely need to get different ones. And I think I saw some over here earlier. So let's see if we can find some. Now we're going to the forest. Wolves. And some limbs, yes. There's crouch, but then the wolves won't detect us as easy. We're going to get cold probably, but that's okay. So there's 3. If you're not sure, then just make a fire. You know, if you're not sure, so I'm not sure I trust these wolves, then just make a fire here. Use the... no. Let's get a stick. Use the accelerants if you have them, and if not, you just, you know, do this. Light a flare, or a torch, or whatever. But we have so many matches that it wouldn't make a difference. It doesn't make any difference. We have so many fire resources in this challenge. There we go, and then we can put this on, we can put some of these on, because we don't need them. And then we can start cutting this, and you might as well crouch, and you reduce aggro range, cut that. And then you cut this. There you go. And now we got 9, I think. 9, yes.
Okay.
So then we can take that. Watch out for the bear, it's the only real threat there. As you can see, I killed that wolf, but we didn't really use it. I took a small piece of meat just for illustration, but we didn't really need it. And now we go inside. And we're actually done with this challenge now.
Man, I could use a drink.
So we drop down this, and then this. And now you'll see that we have everything except the hatchet, because I borrowed the hatchet for cutting down the wood. And that's it. There is nothing else to it. I actually have full health now, but I easily could have starved myself even more. And we took 3 days to do this, I believe. Yeah, so we're on day 3 or day 4, I guess, technically. We're not even close to the first possible blizzard. And I never left Coastal Highway, unless you count the mine. And we looted maybe, yeah, about 3/4 of it. Wasn't particularly hard. So now if I drop down this hatchet, the challenge will end, and it's over. It should cut, there you go. As you can see, this didn't take particularly long. It took 3 days to do, but you still had, if this was you, you still have another 3 days before the first potential blizzard hits. And if you need more time, there's more things to loot. Most of West Coastal Highway was not looted during this challenge. You also have all of Desolation Point, which has a bunch of loot in Hibernia, Riken, Lighthouse, Stone Church, and the mines, all sorts of things there. So you don't actually have to leave Coastal Highway. If you do want to make an adventure of it and survive and then go up and loot Summit and get well fed and get the backpack and do all that stuff, sure, you know, why not? Do it however you want to do it. But if this is a challenge that you struggle with, you don't need to do any of that stuff. You literally can loot everything in Coastal Highway. There's no real threat. The bear is the biggest threat unless you find a weapon to defend yourself against it. So just stay away from the bear and get rid of wolves with the torch. But other than that, there isn't really anything else. You just go around and loot and loot and loot. Circle back to the garage, drop it off, head out again, loot, and then go back. And you just rinse and repeat until you find everything. And you will find everything. Things like rifles and hatchets are usually found on corpses or in certain locations like the lookout tower, a fishing hut, Misanthrope Island corpse, or in a car. So usually you want to check some of the smaller places too when you do this challenge. Don't only check the big houses, check the small cars and the little trailers and things too, because you will find stuff in there, you know, jerry cans, storm lanterns, rifles, that sort of stuff. So loot everything along your way. And that's it, yeah. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that if you struggle with Whiteout, you now found it very easy. And as you can see, it's just about looting everything in Coastal Highway, and that's it. And then you've done it. And if you want to speedrun this challenge, like my best is 22 hours, then you just do more or less the same thing I did now, but you sprint all the time and you do it a bit faster and you make more coffees.
My tongue feels like sandpaper.
And you use stims to do it faster, that sort of stuff. But you don't need to worry about that if you don't care about that sort of thing. But anyway, that was Whiteout for you. I hope that was useful, and hope you succeed when you do it yourself. And see you next time, survivors. Bye-bye.